Welcome to The Hero Maker. In this series, we follow Richard's appearances on other shows as he talks about how to grow, play, think, and live like a hero. Join him as he discusses thoughts, principles, and life lessons, all essential for anyone building their heroic brand. All that and more, only on The Hero Maker.
I think that's cool, traveling around in an RV, living life, and still being able to run your business. So what's that like? How do you balance the RV life and building your businesses?
So it's a really interesting story because I started a number of years ago traveling, and so it was 3 years ago, end of May, right? So recently we had our 3-year anniversary, and it's something my wife and I have been talking about for a number of years that we wanted to get into doing. And when we started, it was like we got a call one day, and it was like, hey, your house is being sold, so you can't renew your lease at the end of the month. So we had 28 days to move out. Anyways, we were like, well, we can go buy a bigger house or whatever, or rent a bigger house, and or we could, now that we don't have a lease to worry about, we could take that RV trip we've been talking about because we have nothing holding us down. So we did, and we bought an RV, renovated it, moved into the RV. What's funny is we'd spent about the previous 6 months practicing what it would like to work outside of an office, and we would go down to the beach and I'd work at the beach, or we'd go down to Balboa Park in San Diego and I'd work down there while the kids went to the zoo and stuff like that, just to see if I could work outside of an office, because I know we were talking about it, and then all this stuff sort of lined up and we could it made it happen. And over the course of the next 3 years, I've quadrupled my business in terms of team size and revenue and clients that we serve, and the kind of work that we do. All of it has grown. And my theory on that, and is directly related to your question of how do I balance that, I believe one of the big changes, at least for me, was the change from having a set routine where we were doing the same thing every week, right? And it was I could tell you on Mondays at 10 o'clock we were at my son's BIM class, and on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock we're at my mom's house for dinner, and on every day it was like that. We had our schedule. I had my 8-hour work time that I had set out, and that never happened. It was always 12 hours that I was working every day. Right. And so when you have all this time that you have dedicated to fill up with work, you fill that time up with work whether or not it's actually important or it's useful. And one of the things that I have noted over the last 3 years is that I'm always in cool places with cool people, around things that I want to be spending my time on outside of work. Not that I don't enjoy my work, don't enjoy my business. I love what I do. But when you're parked outside of Yosemite and your options for the afternoon are, go hike waterfalls and stuff like that, and you're like, I have to move the ball in my business. Right. You have to move the ball forward. You're very, very intentional about what gets done and how well it gets done and how quickly it gets done. Right. And over the course of the last 3 years, my work time has gone from when we got onto the road 12 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, to I currently work about 4 hours a day, 4 days a week. And my business is 4 times larger.
That's awesome.
That's
so cool.
Yeah. So because of really focusing in on what's important, and having the motivation to get it done and get it done well and get it done quickly.
If you want to hear the rest of this discussion, please check out the link to the full episode in the description below.